day together. Today we were in Manhattan, and more specifically actually in Midtown, which is surprising because as a New Yorker, Midtown to me is like corporate world and tourism on steroids, and so I usually try to avoid the area at all costs. But I have accumulated quite a few Google Maps pins that happen to be around here, and so I thought today, why not go check them out? So the theme is parts of Midtown that don't suck. Let's go. Coffee, which is located in the Maid Hotel, and it actually has a beautiful lobby. Pro tip, if you do need to open up your laptop, there's some space and seating in there. I also had a bagel from Black Seed. I've never been to Black Seed, I don't think, to have one, and it was pretty delicious. Now I am headed to a place called Bear Donut for a little sweet treat that I'm going to take with me around town today, and then we're really going to get into like the meat of this vlog, because I had to be fed and watered first to get my energy up, and now I am ready to jump into Bryant Park, Fifth Avenue, all of that good stuff. Too many birds. but we are not going there today. That is not this kind of video, people. Sorry. Maybe one day I'll do like a tourist special, but not today. What we are doing today is a 2-for-1 caffeine special because I realized I'm around the corner from 10,000 Coffee, which is a spot I've been wanting to try for a while. That is the theme for today. So I'm about to be extremely caffeinated. The energy levels are gonna go up. Next, I'm headed to Bryant Park to enjoy this Einspanner, which is a latte with cream on top and some cocoa powder, bit of a dessert in a drink. Not mad about it. So Bryant Park is up next. I'm gonna go find a nice little chair to sit on, sip this, enjoy the park, and then we're going to a very little known museum, I feel. Can't believe this insane weather. Like, how lucky that we have sunshine today after a week of just like torrential rain, more rain, some rain, and then a little bit of rain. You know? You get what I'm saying? So this is amazing. This is so nice. And I thought, why wait? You know? So I got these mochi donuts from Fair Donuts. It's a really cute place closer to Herald Square, and they do donuts among other things, and the other things look absolutely delicious, but it was not the right time of day for a donut topped with soft serve or this like breakfast sandwich concoction after I'd already had a bagel. So I went the irresponsible route and I just got the normal donuts. Why not try them together? So that's what this one looks like. So cute. I just mostly got it for the looks. Cinnamon sugar, so you know, basics, you gotta try them. If the basics are good, the rest should be even better. Yep, mochi donut. If you never had one, the texture is chewier and the donut is slightly less sweet. So this is like a nice, actually, balance to my very sweet coffee. Who knew that the donut would be the less desserty option? I also got the chocolate crunch, which has, what are these things? They're like chocolate crispy rice cereal on them. Yeah. This one's my favorite of the two. The icing just adds that sugar that was missing for me. This is a real donut. So, good choice for grabbing two. This is way overdoing it. It's like, it's not even 12 and we're having a feast over here. But this is just what happens when I go out by myself. I just walk between food options, and then culture is happening next. So the museum that we are going to next is called Morgan Library and Museum. It's sort of like a library / museum, if you will. It's actually located not more than a couple of blocks from Bryant Park, but I feel it is a lesser known museum of all of the kind of museum mile ones by Central Park and then the MoMA. You know, it's really competing with a lot of major institutions. So it's a bit niche, but I'm excited because the space looks really cool, and as an architecture graduate, I can't pass on a cool looking building, sorry. So it's gonna, you'll notice in my videos, we will do art things. So Morgan Library used to be JP Morgan's private library in his house, located where it is today. And that was in the early 1900s. Since then, it was turned into an institution. Renzo Piano did a renovation, and it, you know, that is what added that like special architectural touch. So you'll see a mix of modern and classical. It was built in the style of like Italian Renaissance because, you know, everybody wanted to look cool back then. They spent $13 million renovating the grounds, and they opened last year. I didn't get a chance to go, but I was going through my phone roll yesterday and I came across a screenshot I took of the New York Times article that was talking about it, and I was reminded that this was on my to-do list. So luckily for us, today is the first day that the grounds open for the season. Could not have planned it better. I was on the website, realized what was going on, and was like, done, we're doing this. And we're doing it now. But don't worry, because afterwards, we're kind of going shopping. We're not actually gonna buy anything, but we are gonna look at some stores, because there is a very exciting retail store that just reopened its doors. Stay tuned. See what I mean about the sirens? They're ubiquitous. I used to work right next to Bryant Park all day long. All day long. When you're shopping for office space around here, make sure your windows are soundproof. Anyway, I'm waffling. The caffeine has hit. I'm feeling chatty. Sorry guys. This is what happens when 2-cup Chantal comes out. It's similar to 2 wine Chantal, but she still makes slightly more responsible decisions. Check out the grounds. You actually have to come back out and walk around to the side. They're pretty small, like 13 million for that little patch. That's quite steep, but very beautiful. And they have that like beautiful Renzo piano meets old world edition frame. Love that. So now I'm going back in. Museum. If you can't get your energy up for the Moment the Met, but you still want some art, I recommend it, especially if you're a book lover. The library and his personal study were incredible. The detail, the old books, so beautiful. And the main space with the cafe really showcased Renzo Piano's work. So overall, a really lovely space, but again, mini. So this can be done in like under an hour, unless you're one of those people that like stops and reads every single thing, which I am not. I'm more of a big picture person. There's also an app called Bloomberg Connect, which gives you detail about the spaces and the artworks found in them. So that's a nice little detail. We're back on 5th Ave. It's hectic. There will be honking. There will be bus noises and all kinds of loud stuff, so hopefully you can hear me. And now I'm walking north. So we're starting about 4 blocks below Bryant Park, and we are going all the way to 1 block from Central Park. And I think I'll stop off here and there as I see things that are interesting. And that is the next section of our day, retail therapy. But we're gonna be responsible. We're just gonna look, okay? Just as my toddler would say, look. collaboration that was not quite my shade, and got a couple items I've been looking for, including face cream, a mask, and that iconic Merit bronzing stick. My sister has that color and I have a darker one for contouring, and they're highly recommend. And I realized that H&M just came out with their Mugler collaboration, so I'm about to head in and see if they have anything. I feel like they might not. Who knows? These things sell out really quickly. But because I went to the Mugler exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum, I'll link the vlog up above. I thought it'd be kind of cool to just check out how they collaborated with H&M. A fail, I will admit it, because Thierry Mugler's collaboration does not come out until May 11th, but now you've heard it here first. If you are local to New York, you can shop the collection in store starting at 8 a.m. You're welcome. Get in that line and get your hands on one of those items. So I know I said no touristing, but I lied a tiny bit. I can't help but stop off at Rockefeller Center because I just love it. It gives me such a New York feeling, and I used to work on one of the Rockefeller buildings, so good memories, good memories. St. Patrick's is having a flower flash around their entrance doorway, which looks beautiful. So if you're in the area, give it a look. Tiffany's, it reopened and it's their landmark location, so they've completely done it up and it's beautiful. Let's go exploring. So as you saw, Tiffany's has reopened their landmark location and they have moved back in, and it is incredible. If your mom is in town, the Blue Box Cafe is opening up soon. I put a little tiny sneak peek around the barrier that I could see, and I feel like this would be a really wonderful part of a girls' weekend. Even ladies, you know, if we're not buying jewelry for ourselves, it's still nice to look at. I'm usually not even much of a jewelry person, but seeing those diamonds in there, ooh, heart palpitations, you know? Jackson and I used to talk about upgrading that engagement ring after a few more years together, and they have an entire engagement floor, so no shortage of ideas there. It's in that luxury block of like Bergdorf Goodman, the Plaza Hotel, Tiffany's, lots of luxurious cafes over there. One of my dreams is to have tea in the Plaza Hotel with my mother. So I feel like it all kind of fits together, and it was a really enjoyable experience because everyone in the store was super nice. Sometimes it can be a little bit weird depending on how the salespeople are, but everybody from the people at the door to walking around the store, they are really clearly proud of the space they've created. So check it out. It's glitzy, it's glam, it's very New York. That's a wrap. I just had a drink at the Refinery Hotel Rooftop, which is a great little place if you were close to Bryant Park and you're looking for a view of the Empire State Building with a drink in your hand. And now I am headed home to Jackson and Luca. I hope that you enjoyed our little adventure through Midtown. I don't come here often, but when I do, Fifth Ave is always fun. Bryant Park is amazing. And there are little spots here and there that do not suck. So thank you for joining. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, come back Sundays because that is when I post. And I'll see you next time. Bye.